Today, you have many possibilities. You can choose among many social media services to perform assignments. You have an account on Facebook. On Messenger, you can chat with your friends. In Google Docs, you can co-write documents with your colleagues. You organize your work interaction across platforms, creating a distributed and decentralized user pattern. This has benefits and challenges. If one social media service breaks down, you can always use another. There are alternatives. In contrast, interacting on many platforms can lead to a fragmented work situation. It can be difficult to find relevant information. Perhaps there are things going on social media and you have little clue what it is about. In my study on how students use social media, I described a shadow student learning ecology. And what is that? The term says something about how I can use social media to organize learning activities, which stands in contrast to the views and regulations on how an organization directs its member to use its particular ICT infrastructure. For example, a school, understood as an organization, wishes that its ICT infrastructure and learning management systems are used to organize learning according to its views and guidelines. Today, it is not uncommon that even teachers and students might engage on various social media platforms after their own preference. Facebook groups can be used as a class bulletin board to send messages than using a school's learning management system. In this way, one engage on an alternative infrastructure for digital interaction than the one assigned and intended by an organization like the school's LMS. To get a grip around of it, an exploring of a node map gave clues to its organizing and dynamics. In my research interviews, the students explained to me that they used Facebook, Google, and YouTube to organize formal and informal learning activities. On Facebook, they had class groups, serving as class bulletin boards and discussion boards. The students shared what they had for assignments for the next week. The Facebook groups were off limits to the teachers. The students used Google Docs to co-write school assignments. On YouTube, they saw video tutorials to learn to play covers on their favorite music instrument, guitar or piano. These learning activities were not initiated by their teachers. The students interacted across social media platforms to pursue learning on their own initiative. Then, if we compare the organizing of learning on an LMS and the one of the students' learning activities, the shadow student learning ecology becomes clearer. On the right, we see the school and the LMS are an organization's official infrastructure for learning. On the left, we see the students' organizing of formal and informal learning across social media platforms. It is an organizing of learning on an alternative infrastructure for social interaction, a distributed and decentralized network approach. It can be challenging to detect it, but it's there in the shadows.